Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Trick or Treat. We're gonna. This is the second one of this. Yeah, let's. Now, if I remember where we were. Yeah. Oh, yes. Now I remember. It's where the girl turned into. Or the cat turned into a girl. No longer is there a cat in front of me, but a girl with incredible beauty. I must really be going crazy. She has white hair and red eyes. She seems about my age. In other circumstances, I would have asked her out, without hesitation. Just thinking about it makes me laugh to myself in my mind. Even at the edge of madness, it seems some things about me will never change. Okay, now if I remember... Oh, no, that's... Hold on. It's not... That's the save button. Okay, I remember. I remember now. She approaches slowly towards me, one step at a time, with no fear. The girl that stares into my eyes with a slightly irritated face. Her lips are moving. She seems to be saying something, but I'm unable to hear a sound. Are you trying to tell me something? I babbled, still confused, with a face of disbelief, which surely made me look stupid. Said the girl with a very low voice. I do not understand what she is saying. What? I can't hear you well. I asked, still confused. Suddenly the girl pouts in a bad mood. What's wrong with you? Are you deaf? Finally I could hear her clearly. And just in time, because it seems her patience was about to end. Okay, now I heard you, I said, annoyed. All of my astonishment from just a few seconds ago disappears when I see the arrogant attitude of the girl. At least now I don't think she will bite me, I hope. The girl that snorts with irritation. What an annoying guy I had to find, she said at that time. She places a hand on her lips, making a pensive face. Wait, you shouldn't speak ill of someone you have right before you, I was quick to respond. For a moment I feel annoyed at the thought that I have to teach manners to this spirit, or whatever she is. Pity. So much beauty wasted on someone so arrogant. Yeah. But I have a feeling that we're gonna be friends with her later. The girl let out a snort of annoyance after hearing me. I'm sorry, it's a bad habit that I can't quit, she answered without sounding very repentant, clearly a false apology. For talking, she diverts her gaze toward the surroundings as if she was bored. Yeah, can you guys... Yeah, volume is good. After talking, she diverts her gaze toward the surroundings as if she were bored. I see, I replied, annoyed. I just met her and I already feel I don't like her. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I must not forget who this girl is. She was the cat that started it all. Anyway, at least could you tell me why you attacked me and my friends? I asked shortly after, acting more seriously. Greetings were over. It's time to get to the important stuff. And why did you bite me after I wasn't doing anything? Before I knew it, my lips moved, asking another question. I cannot lie, I was angry. Girl that stares at my face. She blinks with curiosity before speaking. Does it hurt? The wound? She asked innocently. Yes. I was quick to respond with annoyance. I didn't need to say more. Of course it hurts me, silly cat. She looks at me in silence for a few seconds, until suddenly she approaches me without any shyness or fear. Second thought, how could a simple human such as me scare a cat that could turn into a person? Show me your wound, said the girl once she stood right next to me. Her presence makes me nervous. This girl seemed to not know what personal space was. Embarrassing as it sounds, I've never had a girl this close, if only it wasn't in this forest. I don't know why, I shouldn't trust her, but strangely, something tells me that she has no bad intentions. The girl is surrounded by a calm aura, something pure, unlike anything else in the forest. In the end, resigning myself with a sigh, I show her my arm with the bite. Immediately, the girl sets her sight on my wound. Will only take a moment, she said with complete confidence. Then she looks up into my eyes up. Okay, yes. Okay. Can you close your eyes? She asked as she blushed slightly. It's for us to see that embarrassed face she has, even if just a little. And I sighed, feeling something wasn't right, but there was nothing else I could do. Okay, I said, doing as she asked. Didn't know what to expect. For a moment I thought she would get naked or something like that. What kind of magic can work only when you have no clothes? I don't know, but my mind sure wanted to imagine that. Come on, Axel, keep your composure. Suddenly I feel something warm and wet touch my wound. Immediately I shudder. Wait, what are you doing? It's a stupid question because I know well what she was doing. She was licking my wound. You idiot! Who said you could watch? Was quick to respond, the cat. The cheeks red in embarrassment and her lips still close to my wound. She looked adorably troubled. Don't you see that I'm just trying to heal you? She then added in a bad mood. Sorry? I said, blushing. I thought you would do something more extraordinary. Now I'm not sure. Is she a girl who could transform into cat, or a cat that could become a girl? That is a good question. But I don't know if we'll finish this in this episode, guys. I don't know. Sorry to disappoint you in not being extraordinary enough, murmured the girl at the same time she gives me an annoyed look. Okay, but where are our friends, though? I really want to know, because they just like vanished. Red eyes shining with disgust. It is then that I realize that the pain has disappeared. With curiosity, I look where the wound was, only to discover that now there is no trace of it. For a couple of seconds I stay silent, incredulous, whatever you pronounce that word, whatever. It seems that your treatment worked. I finally said, grateful, still looking at the spot. But of course, I have experience healing myself. Okay, I'm gonna save that here. Okay. Answered the girl, closing her eyes and inflating her chest to show her pride. I actually appreciate what she did, but I still wonder if she really had to lick it to cure me. I understand, but who are you? The girl makes a small snort with curiosity after hearing my question. Then she tilts her head and closes her eyes, making a thoughtful face. Sees I have not presented myself. She opens her eyes and gazes into mine. My name's Ashley. That's her name. I expected something more extravagant. My name is Axel. By the way, have you ever been accused of witchcraft? Before I knew it, I asked that question. I guess it was rather rude from me, completely lacking in manners. But I must not forget for even a second that I am in this cursed forest. Ashley suddenly could become silent. At plain sight, it was obvious she didn't take it well. She takes her time before responding. Yes, but that was a long time ago. She closes her eyes and exhales, emptying her lungs. She seemed to be recalling something painful. Just seeing her made me feel guilty. I'm sorry, it was not my intention to make you remember it. I said, slightly remorseful. No doubt to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple times. It's okay. It's not like I could blame your curiosity seeing where we are. Then she looks at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how do you know about me? Perhaps you are a sorcerer who has lived during these past centuries. She asked, narrowing her eyes as if she was trying to see the inside of my mind. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that. Anyway, sorry guys, I thought I heard something. I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary person. I made it boring, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest. But as you can see, the stories are not very convincing, or else I wouldn't be here. I explained, trying to remove any doubt that Ashley may have. Again, she closes her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks me in the eyes. It's because of those stupid myths that stupid humans come to this forest, just like you. She then said, looking at me with rejection. Wait, what are you trying to say? We are to blame? I replied, feeling offended. Ashley suddenly looks at me disgusted. Hey, just hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. But yeah, that was the dog knocking on the door. That's what I was hearing. I was wondering, because like it sounded like someone was knocking, and then every time I like went to go hear it, it would quit. Yeah, he's in here now. So, anyway, Ashley suddenly looks at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come to my existence would be nice and peaceful, instead of this chaos that it is every year, she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. But you're the one who causes all of this. I was quick to respond. I don't even bother to hide my anger. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Ashley opens her eyes wide in surprise, then she looks at me with annoyance in her red eyes. Do you not understand, stupid human? Definitely, I don't like this girl. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? I exclaim incredulously. You attack me and attack my friends only to protect us. Yes. Simply replied at the same time she nods, filled with pride and confidence. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I cannot believe how arrogant and self-centered this girl is. After everything she did to me and my friends, I can't stand here any longer. Wait. I'd only taken a few steps when I heard her calling. She sounds really worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stopped in my tracks as soon as I heard her. Real danger? I whispered, feeling some doubts. Suddenly I shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I tried to chase them away using illusions. Other times I hit them with my powers. And as a last resort, I scare them directly, as it was in your case. Ashley fast, blushing a little as if she felt embarrassed of remembering. And why do you do that? I asked, confused. Something isn't right here. Clearly, or I should say, you don't say. Ashley stares at me with her red eyes. If they continue with their curiosity, they will meet an evil entity that will take their lives. What you say doesn't sound very convincing. I mainly interrupted. The only evil entity here is you. Ashley shakes her head in denial. You're wrong. I am the good one. And she said, looking into my eyes with a pure innocence in hers. Ha 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 ha. I could only laugh at that comment. It had to be a joke. Did you know that you say you're good? Don't laugh. I'm only trying to protect you. And she's like, Baka, replied Ashley, furious while waving her arms. She then crosses her arms and gives me an unpleased look. Do you expect me to believe that? I replied sarcastically. What she said made no sense, but somehow she seemed oddly convinced it was the truth. She was surely a bit wrong in the head. But it's true! You have to believe me! This time she sounds really worried about me. I actually feel a little sorry for her. Ashley then stayed silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. However, she soon recovers her proud attitude. If you want, hold my hand. I won't harm you. She suddenly says. Okay. Excuse me. What? Just... Okay. I look carefully at her. She has a very arrogant face, as if it was a great honor to be able to touch her. Yeah, I know some people that are like that too. You won't do anything strange? I asked distrustful, but after seeing her again, I do not think she was lying. Ashley nods full of confidence. I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. No, you don't say. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand? I ask her at the same time I extend my hand. Ashley opens her eyes surprised after hearing my question, then she stares at me with annoyance. Are you stupid? Obviously to guide you out of the forest, she said just as she takes my hand in one quick move. I then find myself being dragged by the strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes, said, looking back for a second. I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. So there is a witch here. I so called it. Witches, man, you just... No. Think of it as a siren. Ooh, okay. Ashley explained in a bad mood with her eyes always looking to the front. It seemed she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. Wouldn't she be the one who collects souls of fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. If only I were more popular. Ashley stopped suddenly. She then turns at me, showing me a furious face. You idiot! I already said I'm the good one. I thought she was gonna hit me on the head. But fortunately, she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay, I'm gonna save this again. There we go. Okay, okay. I meekly responded as if I were a scolded child. But if you eat me, I will make sure to give you the worst indigestion in your life. You idiot! I don't eat humans, replied Ashley, ending with an arrogant snort. She really likes calling us an idiot. It's 3:11 a.m. Okay. Several minutes had passed as I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta check something. Yeah. Yep, it's all good. I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. I hadn't even noticed before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. I blushed just thinking about it. Even if she is a witch, she's a girl too, right? And I sigh. Come on, Axel. Composure. Composure. With every step, the curse of the forest seemed to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute, until finally I was able to forget about that unpleasant feeling. Before I even noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell also had disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common and ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out, so let's keep moving. Then I set my sight on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She's completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? Suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns looking at me with an angry face. Okay, our guys just gotta, like, stop asking questions, because she's helping us get out of the forest, I guess. And then every time he asks her a question, she calls us an idiot. So, idiot, do you really think all witches are evil? She was right. The general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if stereotypes were truthful. She closed her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel that I could trust she is good. There is still one more question. And how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable, almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance, so I decided to transfer my soul to it. She explained, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body we have like a deal. Cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. Try to provide her with all those needs. In return, she lets me stay in her body. She talks, she's blushing shyly. I see, I think it's a fair deal. I replied with a sincere smile. Truth is that I found it a little funny. Turns out that she is both a girl and a cat, and asks some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple times. If she wants to, she could be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Yeah, I wouldn't say that to her, though. Not saying more, Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. 3:15 a.m. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we talked. She isn't lying. I could see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be two other humans close here. Your friends. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight. Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely she does not let go of my hand. Okay, so what? She already let our friends out of the forest, and then she had to come back and get us. Okay. She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice a gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It's no joke. What is it? I asked, full of curiosity. And, guys, sorry if you could hear cars in the background. It's busy today for some reason. I don't know. I asked full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think she deserves me to hear her request. And this legend, she then murmured with an air of sadness. Can't understand why she asked for something like this. I want you to help me keep people away. Legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with the human danger. Human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers, as thieves are ferocious animals. Second thought, there's no logic in what you asked. If you remove the element of magic and only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods and then looks into my eyes, blushing. Yes, exactly. She said, pleased. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me. I responded with determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. She closed her eyes momentarily and inflates her chest with pride. You aren't as stupid as I thought. Yeah, calling in a city, like what, 5 times? Should have expected. Excuse me. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you. I complained angrily. This girl, simply will never change. To see my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. Haha. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. It made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. Her heart was nervously beating as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly she stares at me and gets so close her face is less than an inch from mine. Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. This time I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, this beautiful girl makes me very nervous. This is a farewell, she suddenly said. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Okay, that's really bright. Everything becomes white at the moment. Everything loses its color. Everything is gone. Everything. Everything. 3:18 a.m. Okay. I'm outside of the forest. I have no idea of how I made it here, but this is no illusion. I'm bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel! Okay, so our friends are here! Okay, I'm gonna save this. 'Cause I don't know if we're at the end of the game or not. Suddenly I hear someone calling my name. But it's not any strange voice. It's the voice of my friends, who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently run towards me. Where were you? The worry was killing us. Stephen said with a face that I don't remember having ever seen before. For answering, I rubbed my forehead. In the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupted him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is that we're all safe. Yes, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we are forgetting something? Alfred murmured at the same time he lowers his sight, pensive. Suddenly a blurry image appears in my mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakes a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. As if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far from a test of courage, I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agree with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witch head. Somebody might get lost in there, as it happened to me. It was a miracle that I came out alive with that beast lurking around. For knowing it, my lips moved. Why did I say that? I have no idea, but something inside me inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is that it has red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to... Wait, to whom had I made that promise? Think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end I can't remember a thing. No matter, all I know is that I got out and I'll never come back here again. And there we go. We finished the game, I guess. It was really short, actually. Okay, guys, that was the end of Trick or Treat. If you guys want more games like this, leave a like or a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.